Hello, this is Bowblax here, and this is a video explaining my impressions and thoughts overall on all the Nintendo-related stuff at E3. Now, when most people make these type of videos, they usually tend to explain exactly what happened and then put their impressions on it, and then it's like the video ends up being like 60% explanation and 40% opinion. So instead, I'm gonna just assume you've seen everything, so I don't really have to explain it. And then I'm gonna just straight up share my opinions on it. So if you haven't seen anything that I talk about specifically in this video, then you better go see it, like the Nintendo Digital event. And I'm gonna also be talking about a few other things, like, for example, Codename S.T.E.A.M that was announced, after the digital event, and Mario Party 10 and stuff like that. But anyways, let's get started and let's talk about the amiibo. So yeah, these will be like new Skylander type figures for like Nintendo stuff, except it's gonna be working with with multiple games instead of just one game made specifically for the figures. It's gonna be working with Smash Bros, Mario Party 10, Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, Yoshi's Woolly World, and Mario Kart 8, which is already out. Now, they only showed off the Smash Bros figures, but I assume there's gonna be like figures specifically for each game. Like, say there's gonna be Smash Bros version of Mario, then there'll be a separate figure that's a Mario Kart 8 version of Mario and a Mario Party 10 version of Mario, because the one that they showed has like Mario in the Smash Bros pose with like the fireball, and I really don't think that they're gonna use the exact same figure for Mario Kart 8 and stuff, because it also has a Smash logo on it. So you probably have to end up getting like two Marios, which is kind of, if you want to use it with say Smash Bros and Mario Kart 8, which is kind of a shame, because I think it'd be easier if they just made one character that could go with any game that they're featured in at all, like just the Mario one, just the Metro Samus one, just the Link one, just a Pit one that can work on like all games, like the Mario would work on have the exact same functionalities through Smash Bros and Mario Kart 8. So that's probably going to be unfortunate. So I'm guessing that will happen. It's pretty likely due to how the figures are designed. But anything could change, because these figures technically are prototypes. They're not the actual final figures, but they look pretty final to me. I don't think anything will change except maybe a few things. Kind of like when they showed the Wii U gamepad prototype, nothing really changed except for like the design on the thumbsticks and stuff, or control sticks. So yeah, that is pretty much the amiibo. There's nothing much to say about it. It's gonna be pretty interesting, like how leveled up they can get, like how strong they can get in Smash and stuff. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to use the amiibo online. I doubt it, but it's just gonna be a nice little feature that a lot of collectors will probably go after, and like kids who like figures and stuff. It's a pretty interesting thing. And I like that they're doing it for multiple games and not just one. Although I would have loved to see another Nintendo party title other than Smash Bros. With like every single character, and they're like an adventure game or something other than Smash Bros. Fighting. But, you know, overall, I was pretty happy with the announcement, and it's pretty interesting. Now, next I am going to talk about probably one of my most hyped games for 2015, which is Yoshi's Woolly World for the Nintendo Wii U. This game was originally announced a year and a half ago in January 2013 Direct, then never mentioned all the way up to this point. A lot of people thought it was dumped. A lot of people thought it was gonna get canceled, or Yoshi's New Island was replacing it, because Yoshi's New Island got announced and released all in between the announcement of Yoshi's Woolly World and the E3 presentation. Back then, it didn't really have an official name. It was very, very early, because in the original, it had like Yoshi in yarn form, kind of like from Yoshi's Epic Yarn, but in this one, it seems like he's full on doll wool, which is dude, the atmosphere in Yoshi's Woolly World, though, is like so good. this benefits so much from the Wii U, because unlike Kirby's Epic Yarn, everything isn't just like yarn. They're like fully made of yarn. They're not like yarn outlines, which kind of bugged me in Yoshi's Epic Yarn. Not too much, but I mean like, like these feel like full on like fully stuffed animals, and Yoshi's just felt like pieces of string attached together. And like this feels like I don't know, like Kirby's Epic Yarn just felt like a big mess of like yarn, and this one just feels like a whole full world of just I don't know. I'm done trying to explain that. It just basically looks better and feels better, and I prefer it over just the yarn outlines. And I really want a Yoshi Wool doll now. Like, seriously, give me that, Nintendo, please. I'd pay $2,000 just for one. Probably not really, but, you know. It just looks really cool. And now, the gameplay looks a lot better than in Yoshi's Epic Yarn, because Yoshi's Epic Yarn was kind of like a nerfed version of Kirby. Like, you couldn't get copied abilities, and you had a couple transformations, but no, it just kind of ended up being a generic platformer, because, well, not too generic, because, you know, the yarn art style and stuff, but it didn't really feel like Kirby. It felt like its own thing, like it could have been a non-Kirby game. But this one, it actually feels like a Yoshi game. Like, all the Yoshi gameplay is here. There's, like, the flowers. There's, like, the eggs in form of yarn balls, which I think is very, very, very clever. I like how you can throw it to make platforms, and, you know, you wrap yarn around your enemies. It's pretty cool. And you can use your tongue, kind of like the whip in Kirby's Epic Yarn, to do things. And it just feels much more like a Yoshi game, you know? One hope for this game, that I really hope, is that the game is longer than Kirby's Epic Yarn and much more challenging. Not around the beginning, you have to make it easy, of course, because first worlds and stuff. But once it gets to, like, later worlds, like the final world in Kirby's Epic Yarn, it wasn't really that hard. Or maybe you can make it just as easy as Kirby's Epic Yarn, but then have, like, a secret, like, special worlds, kind of like in Super Mario 3D Land. Just for, like, so, like, the beginning's for kids, but then for those Nintendo fans out there who want a challenge, you can still get that after playing through the main thing. So, yeah. This game I'm super, super excited for. More excited for this than Smash. Because I love Yoshi. Yoshi games are, like, my favorite. Like, I still haven't got Yoshi's New Island because it doesn't look that good, in my opinion. But I loved Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island DS was decent. Yoshi's Story was awesome. I just love the Yoshi games almost as much as I love Pikmin. And this looks like the best Yoshi game, like, ever. This looks like better than Yoshi's Island. Well, that's kind of a stretch, but this looks better than Yoshi's Story and any Yoshi game except for maybe Yoshi's Island. But I mean, this just had, like, it has a good balance of, like, new elements and old elements. Like, with Yoshi's New Island, it was just like another Yoshi game. But this one, it looks like it still has the Yoshi style. It still has pure Yoshi gameplay, but with the yarn aspect, it feels like it's building upon it. Unlike in Kirby's Epic Yarn, where it didn't feel like it was building upon the Kirby formula. It just felt like a different variation. This one feels like it's Yoshi plus a lot more cuz yarn. But yeah, dude, I'm just super excited for this. And yeah, I was even excited for this when it was Yarn Yoshi. But now that it's Woolly World and I see everything and in action and stuff, it's just like, oh, I want this game now. I'm kind of surprised it's coming out in 2015, not 2014. I was kind of expecting like a September or October or November 2014 release or something like that. But now that it's a 2015 release and we know it's been going on in development since the beginning of 2013, at least, probably even like a year before that or something, you know there's going to be way more fleshed out than Kirby's Epic Yarn was. And yeah, this seems way more fleshed out than any other Kirby game, the Yarn game before, which is only Kirby's Epic Yarn. But It feels more fleshed out, not like a stupid casual Mario that would take like 2 seconds to develop, like New Super Mario Bros. U. Anyways, that's enough talking about this game. Let's move on to another game that I'm even more excited. I think I'm even more excited about this than Yoshi's Woolly World. It's kind of hard to tell, but a new Nintendo IP called Splatoon, which is a third-person shooter, kind of like a team shooter, kind of like Team Fortress 2 or something like that. And it's 4v4, and it's fully online. I don't think it's even, you can even play it local. But of course the E3 demos were local, because LAN and stuff. But I mean, like, this is like a fully online game, and I'm really glad Nintendo's doing this, because they really needed to put online into their games, and making a game that is like, its primary function is online is a really good step in the right direction. Plus, it's really new and really fresh, but it still has like that Nintendo feel, you know? This feels like it should have been done years ago. Like, I don't know why. It's really rare right now to have like super brand new ideas. Like, we can have new ideas kind of like Watch Dogs with like hacking and open world and stuff. But I mean, it's really rare that you have a really new idea, because everything's done before, you know? But in this one, it just looks really new and really fresh. Like, the aim of the game is not killing, it's putting as much goo on the floor in your color as possible, and killing still has its benefits, because once you kill someone, they splatter all in your color. But it feels much less kill focused, which is what I like, and it looks like it could be really strategic, but also for people who don't like the strategy. It's only like a little bit of strategy. It seems like you could go crazy with it and still win and stuff, you know? It seems like a really, really cool concept, and I can't wait for them to expand upon it in the coming months, because in like future directs and stuff. Because this game, just like Yoshi's Woolly World, isn't coming out until 2015, but hopefully, I'm hoping that this game will come out the first half of 2014. Kind of like Mario Kart 8 did, or Tropical Freeze, because I don't know. I just really want to play this game as soon as possible. I don't want to wait another E3, because I kind of hate it when games are like announced 2 E3s in a row, or showcased 2 E3s in a row, like extensively, because this is a pretty extensive showing. So if they show it again, it's just gonna be like, ugh. Because unlike last year with Smash Bros, like Smash Bros last year was like only showing off a bit. There was only a bit of characters. There was no gameplay demos or whatever. This one has a gameplay demo. So if this doesn't get released before June of next year, something's wrong. But yeah, since this game's coming out in 2015, hopefully it'll be way more fleshed out than just a simple like eShop title that you can download. But yeah, like right now it looks like it's eShop worthy, but hopefully they can expand it to be disc retail worthy of a title. So yeah, I'm really excited for Splatoon, and hopefully it will live up to my expectations. Really cool concept. And now let's go on to the next game, which will be Zelda Wii U. They only showed about 40 seconds of gameplay with this. Honestly, it looks really good, but I was kind of expecting a little more. Like, I was expecting this to be like the main focus of E3, along with Smash Bros. With like a playable demo and stuff. Maybe I was expecting a little too much. I do think this game will probably come out holiday 2015. I think this needs another E3 showing with a proper gameplay demo and more info. I think this is more like a teaser. But the fact is that this was kind of partially teased, this game, in previous Nintendo Directs. And it was already confirmed that they were planning to show this last E3, but it wasn't quite ready. So that's why I was expecting a bit more. But still, what we saw was pretty cool. I like the art style. I was kind of expecting it to look a little more like what it did in the Wii U tech demo in E3 2011, because I really like the look of that. But I'm glad they didn't go full cartoon like Wind Waker, because I'd be like, come on, this is a full HD console. They need to show the capabilities like a little more. But this Skyward Sword kind of cartoonish, but with like not over the top cartoon look, or is pretty good for it. I'm really excited for it, but until we get any new details in future Nintendo Directs and next E3, hopefully, I'm not really too excited for this, because, you know, they didn't really show anything to convince me that it's really a really good Zelda game. Although, I have no doubt that it will be good, it's just that I need a little more convincing to see what I actually think about it. I really don't have much opinions on it just because the teaser was so limited. But yeah, it looks pretty good so far, and I am hopeful for the future with news with this new Zelda game. So next, what should we talk about next? Next is Mario Maker, which is something that was teased a week back or so. And it actually became true, which is one of the few E3 leaks that came true, because there was a bunch of weird leaks like new Metroid, or we're gonna have the brand new Mario Galaxy 3 and stuff like that. But this one actually came true. I'm pretty excited for this one. At first I was like, we already have like people who did ROM hacks to make Mario creators. Why is it so like what will an official one be? What will the Nintendo actually do to make it stand out from just like a generic Mario level editor? But what they did is they added a lot of cooler features that like weren't available in the original game, like putting putting wings onto piranha plants and like stacking a bunch of Goombas on top of each other, then putting like a piranha plant at the very top of the stack and giving like everything wings. And also, you can do it in the new Super Mario Bros. U art style, which is pretty neat. I imagine they're going to have more art styles like Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Bros. 2, Mario World, and yeah. And also, they only, in this demo and this showing, they only had the mushroom as a power-up, but I'm really hoping that they'll have, like, the propeller mushroom that we can use in like a retro visuals, or like the squirrel suit. And I'm hopeful that they'll have every Mario power-up from every 2D Mario game that's like, what I'm talking about is Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario The Lost Levels, Super Mario World, New Super Mario Bros., New Super Mario Bros. Wii, New Super Mario Bros. 2, New Super Mario Bros. U, New Super Luigi U, stuff like that. I hope they have like every power-up, because then in a level you could technically have like 20 power-ups, like, oh, I'm turning into Shell Mario, and now I'm turning into Hammer Bros. Mario, and now I'm turning into Cake Mario, and flying over this, and that, and then I hope they have like more settings like underground, castle, sky, maybe make your own unique background palette, cause it doesn't look like the background palettes are gonna be like in 3D like the new Super Mario Bros. U, because even if you go to that style, like the background's pretty generic, probably just to match up with like the rest of the art styles. But I'm really hopeful that there's a lot more customization other than just moving blocks around and stuff, like artistic customization and even more gameplay customization, because if it is, this will be worthy of a full retail title, and I'd be super excited to create my own levels. Because back like a lot of years ago, like 5 years ago, I used to go online and go into this game called Super Mario Flash and go into a level editor and make all these sorts of really cool levels. And the level editor only had like the extent of probably this demo, because it doesn't really have much. It's just pretty much the bare bone basics of what you can do in Mario. But it was really fun, and I enjoyed myself with it. So with even more possibilities, I could spend hours, days, weeks, years on this. So yeah, I'm really excited for Mario Maker, and I hope to see a lot more from it in the future. And I don't want it to end up being just like this with maybe a fire flower and a cape, maybe. I want it to expand to much more, especially since it's coming out 2015. It'll have a lot of development time to make it a very unique experience and much better than the average Mario level editor, which it already looks like better than the average Mario level editor because you can put wings on everything, and that's pretty cool. And you can't really do that in other generic Mario level editors that people have made over the years. Anyways, now on to the next game, which is Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. This is a sequel to Kirby Canvas Curse on Nintendo DS, and it's in this really cool claymation art style, kind of like the art style they had for artwork on Pikmin 2. And I really like this art style. I've never played Kirby and the Canvas Curse. I haven't played much Kirby games in general. I've only really played Kirby's Epic Yarn, Kirby Superstar, Kirby Adventure, and Kirby Mass Attack. And that's pretty much all the Kirby's games I played. I'm not really a big Kirby fan, but the gameplay looks really cool. I'm assuming the DS gameplay was pretty similar. And it's nice that there's another game that's like only possible on the Wii U with the touchscreen stuff. Because Nintendo really needs a lot of gamepad-oriented games, because like in Tropical Freeze and in Mario Kart 8 and even Super Mario 3D World, except for a few levels, there wasn't really any gameplay. There wasn't really, like, it could have been on any other system other than the Wii U because the gamepad wasn't really used in any unique way. And I'm glad that they're using, even though it's not like a foreign concept with touchscreen, because you can still do it on 3DS and DS. I still think it's good that they're making a game that focuses more on the Wii U's touchscreen capabilities and stuff. And I'm really excited for this game. I don't know if I'll pick it up. Now that this game was announced and I'm actually seeing some gameplay, I'm actually curious to get Canvas Curse. Hopefully that comes out on Wii U Virtual Console, because as you know, Wii U is getting some DS Virtual Console very soon. Brain Age is already out in Japan and UK, so yeah, hopefully we can get that game along with this game's release, because we did get A Link to the Past coming on Wii U Virtual Console around the time of Link Between Worlds, so hopefully I get to play that through that, or I could just buy it for DS, because I still have a DS. It's not like that system's that old. But yeah. Anyways, on to the next game, which is Hyrule Warriors. We saw a bit of this before, like a bit of a teaser a few months back with a direct, but now we actually get to see a real good look at the game. We can see now that just like the normal Dynasty Warriors games, there's going to be more playable characters other than Link. There's going to be Zelda, there's going to be Midna, there's going to be Impa, and I'm guessing more. I've never really played any of the Dynasty Warrior games. I heard that they kind of get repetitive, and they kind of seem repetitive because there's how much can you do with just destroying a big horde of enemies. But I'm kind of excited for Hyrule Warriors more because there's more like ideas with it, because you could use all these Zelda items from previous Zelda games and stuff. So it feels like it'll be maybe a bit more unique than other Dynasty Warrior games. And I haven't really played Dynasty Warriors ever, so I'm definitely gonna pick this up to see how the gameplay is and stuff. But yeah, and it's really good for Zelda fans just to see all the references and stuff. But it's not really Zelda gameplay, so I don't know if all Zelda fans will like it. But if you're definitely a fan of the Dynasty Warriors type gameplay, or you're just like me and you're a fan of Zelda and you kind of want to try out Dynasty Warriors, Hyrule Warriors is probably going to be a great pickup. And it is coming out in 2014, like September-ish. So it's coming out pretty soon, so it's a nice game to look out on for the Wii U, because there's not really that many besides Hyrule Warriors and Smash Bros. Are the only really big 2 Wii U games I can think of off the top of my head. Also Bayonetta that are coming out this year. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick it up, and it's just gonna be a nice little pickup, just like Wind Waker HD was. It's kind of like a game that isn't necessary. Like, it isn't like, must buy, Super Mario Galaxy 2, best game, 10 out of 10. But I mean, it's a nice little thing to add to your Zelda collection, kind of like a Wind Waker HD, because I already had Wind Waker. I just got Wind Waker HD because it's Zelda. It's the game for the Wii U. Might as well. So, yeah. Anyways, speaking of Bayonetta, what we just talked about, let's talk about Bayonetta 2. We got some more gameplay of Bayonetta 2. I'm not really familiar with the Bayonetta series. I haven't really played any of the games, but luckily for me, they announced that Bayonetta 2 is coming with a digital version of Bayonetta 1 as well. So for people who own a Wii U, want to get into the Bayonetta series, because Bayonetta 2 is coming out, and never played Bayonetta 1, you can play it on the Wii U because it's coming with the game. So pretty much 2 games for the price of 1. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. The gameplay looks pretty cool. I played the Wonderful 101 demo, and I wasn't really a fan of the gameplay, but I heard Bayonetta's kind of different. So, and it should be because it's a whole different series, even though it's made by the same developer. It's not like, oh, Zelda and Mario were the exact same game because they're made by the exact same people. No, so, may have a similar art style or something, but no. Anyways, I'm really looking forward to this game. They also announced that there's going to be Nintendo exclusive costumes, kind of like with Monster Hunter 4 on 3DS. So that's going to be cool. You can play as Bayonetta in a Link costume, a Peach costume, or a Samus costume. But yeah, I'm really excited for this game. I don't know much about it, but I kind of want to just go into the game and just be amazed by the gameplay when I buy it and stuff. And yeah, there's not much I can say about it because I don't know anything about Bayonetta. I can't really compare the second one from the first one, so I can't really give a solid opinion on it. But it's something I'm definitely going to be picking up and trying out, and if you own a Wii U and you're interested, I definitely recommend getting it because it looks like a pretty solid game. It's been developing for a while now, and we've known about it for a long time now, like over a year, so yeah, something definitely to keep an eye out for. Next is Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. You know those levels in Super Mario 3D World with Captain Toad? They're making that into a whole game, and it's not just an eShop title, it's a whole retail game. And it's coming out holiday 2014. And I mean, those things were like a fun little distraction from the main game in 3D World, but I mean, it looks like they're expanding on the formula a lot, but I mean, how fun can it be just to be a Toad who can't jump to walk around and do some easy puzzles that a 2-year-old could figure out in 2 minutes? The puzzles look really easy in the demos. The puzzles were really easy in Mario 3D World, even in the Star World with the anti-gravity thing. And even in the Crown World in Super Mario 3D World, it wasn't that hard. It was kind of like cheap hard, but it wasn't like hard to figure out because this is kind of like also a puzzle type game. I don't know, I'm not very excited for it. I'm probably going to pick it up because, you know, Nintendo owns me and I must own all their games. But, it doesn't look too exciting for me, but maybe for some people who enjoyed that, gameplay, like, a lot, would like it. I don't know. It was kind of unexpected, kind of like, Like, I was expecting maybe a Captain Toad DLC from Mario 3D World where they add more levels, but, I mean, this, I wasn't expecting at all, and I'm probably gonna pick it up again, but, I mean, nothing I'm really too excited for. Anyways, next up will be another slight disappointment. Mario Party 10. Oh my god. Why are they in a vehicle again? I thought in the tropical or whatever island tour they got away from that, and they're like, oh, people don't like being in a vehicle, so we better take that out for the next one, even though we still have this stupid gameplay that nobody likes. Just make a remake of Mario Party 2 or something. Like, seriously, I know the gameplay's different, but I mean, we already have this. This is just Mario Party 9, plus more mini-games, and technically all of Mario Party 1 through 7 are all like that, but I mean, I don't know, it's been, like, whenever 8 came out, like over 5 years or something. It's been like over 7 years or something. I'm not exactly sure when Mario Party 8 came out, but it's been so long since we had a traditional Mario Party. And I know the company who made it gone bankrupt, and now there's different companies making Mario Party, same people who made Wii Party and stuff. But I mean, can't they just take Mario Party 2, look at it, copy the code, and make new minigames or something? The minigames look great, don't get me wrong. They look great, they look like a great use of the gamepad. I'm excited to play the minigames. But the board just seems so pointless. Just might as well just make it a big minigame mode, you know? Like, I don't know. I haven't played it, but I guess the board type, like being in a whole vehicle, makes sense for the Bowser Party mode, where like Bowser's chasing you. That makes sense and stuff. But I mean, for the main thing, why do you still have to be in a vehicle? Why is there mini stars? Why can't there just be big stars that you go? I just like the strategic gameplay of getting stars, getting coins, going around the board. It was much more fun. And I know there was some luck involved in randomness because, you know, it's Mario Party. But I mean, they just made the randomness and luck just so much more in Mario Party 9 and stuff. And they're just continuing it with Mario Party 10, and I don't know. Like, I don't mind this type of gameplay for the new Bowser mode, where Bowser chases you, but can you have a game where it has, like, the mini-star mode and then also, like, the other gameplay? Like, I don't know. I guess people are complaining, like, oh, you could just go back to Mario Party 8 and Mario Party 7, Mario Party 6 and whatever and play those type of gameplay styles. But I want new minigames. These minigames look fun. Why can't we add these minigames into a board like that? Like, the minigames on boards are like 2 separate designs. We could put one minigame that would work good in the Mario Party 9 style board and a Mario Party 8 style board. Why can't we just have both, but with the same minigames? Because then it would be happy for both, like old Mario Party fans and new Mario Party fans. I know a few people who like Mario Party 9 and Island Tour, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just not excited. I didn't like Mario Party 9, and I don't know. I just feel like they don't have to necessarily take away the Mario Party style for people who like it. But I mean, I don't want to play a game that's just random luck. Might as well just take a die and roll it and then see who wins. And we'd save $60. And we wouldn't even have to have a Wii U to play it. It's free. Just get a dice from somewhere, maybe $5 from a dollar store. Roll the die, and oh, 1 means I win, 2 means you win. The 2, yay, we win. There, all the fun is gone. Because Mario Party isn't strategic anymore. It's just luck. I don't know. Just whatever. The game isn't out yet, so I can't completely judge, but I mean, there may be a mode secretly in there that isn't Mario Party 9, but I highly doubt it. I don't know, I'm not excited. That's pretty much it. Anyways, next we should talk about Mario vs. Donkey Kong for Wii U. It doesn't have an official name yet, but it's part of the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series. This was previously like a tech demo at like Gamescom or something. I don't remember what convention it was, but Nintendo's always like, this is a tech demo. They were like that with New Super Mario Bros. Me, if you remember that from E3 2011, and then they made it into New Super Mario Bros. U. They keep saying, it's a tech demo, it'll never be a game, but then they just make it a game like a few months later. Like, you can't really trust Nintendo on that, you know, Nintendo's kind of dumb with that. Anyways, I love the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series. They're like my favorite. But I mean, ever since Mario vs. Donkey Kong March of the Minis March Again on DSiWare, all the Mario Party, like the second one on DS, like just plain DS, was pretty much the same as the DSiWare one. And that kind of made sense because not everyone has a DSi and, you know, whatever. I could let that pass. It's pretty much the exact same game though. And then they made the 3DS one, which was completely new and different. I didn't like it that much personally. I like the 2D ones better. But I mean, it was cool. But this, it looks like almost the exact same as Mario vs. Donkey Kong Minis March Again on DSiWare. And Mario vs. Donkey Kong, what is it called? Miniland Mayhem on DS. It looks the exact same, except with a little Miiverse features and maybe a bit more to the level editor. I love Mario vs. Donkey Kong, but you can't keep making the same game over and over and over and over and over and over again. I know this is only the third time, but I mean, geez, this is like New Super Mario Bros. Don't make it over and over and over and over and over again. And New Super Mario Bros. It kind of makes sense because we need new levels. But in all the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games, except for maybe the GBA one, there's a level editor. So we already have unlimited levels, technically. Nintendo can just release their own levels via that service. And I guess it makes sense because I guess the only way this would make sense is that the DS is not a current-gen console right now. And the 3DS already has a 3D version. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe this will release on Wii U and 3DS as the exact same game, both on the eShop. That'd be pretty cool. I know we already have one on 3DS, but that's a completely different gameplay. And then maybe it'd just be a little more accessible version of it. But after that, I do not want to see any more Mario vs. Donkey Kong games on Wii U or 3DS. I love the series to death. I love these games. I don't hate them. It's just that these don't need to turn into the new Super Mario Bros. Series, especially with a level editor. This should be the last Mario vs. Donkey Kong game till the next gen, in my opinion. Unless they make a 2D one for the 3DS that isn't the same as this one. But I just think they should make a 3DS version of this one. And then say, yeah, that's it. You know, whatever. Anyways, I'm still excited for this game. I'm still going to pick it up. I like the game itself. I just think it's a little repetitive. But, you know, yeah, I'm pretty excited for it still. It's just a little repetitive. Now, we're going to talk about, the third to last game we're going to talk about is Codename S.T.E.A.M. That got announced 2 days after the digital event. Oh no, 1 day. Like a day and a half after the digital event. And, it's basically a new 3DS game IP. That is a action strategy game made by Intelligent Systems, the same person who made, Fire Emblem and, games like that. And it looks pretty interesting. Like, it's like a strategy RPG with, like, action elements. It's, like, turn-based, but then you get to move your characters around within the turn and then stop and position them. If this is just, they only showed that, like, the battling, but if the game is just battling and that's it, and then cutscenes, I'll be fine with this game. But if there's, like, an overworld and everything, and then, yeah, once you get, like, a random enemy on the overworld, and then you do this, like, 10-minute sequence to defeat enemies, like, setting up and strategizing. Like, I don't mind if the battle system is the only gameplay, but if there's an overworld and stuff and trading and everything, this, just as a battle system, is a little too long and a little too drawn out and complicated just to be a battle system, because battles need to be quick, because you want to take out a generic enemy and get with a plot and stuff. And I don't know, I just think this is an annoying format that would be for grinding. But we don't know at all if there's an overworld or anything, but if it's just this gameplay and then cutscenes, I'm totally fine with this game. I may even pick it up myself. But if there's an overworld in between and this is the battle system and it's that long and drawn out, I'm a little skeptical. We have to see more about this game for me to actually be sold on it. Me personally, I don't like the art style, but if the gameplay is good, I can get behind the art style just for the gameplay. I'm not really a huge fan of these type of games. I'm a huge fan of strategy games. I'm not a huge fan of turn-based RPGs. And this kind of mesh of the two. So I don't know, I may pick it up. It looks pretty interesting, but I really need to see more about it. And that's with a lot of the games this E3. I just need to see more about the game before I actually decide buying it. So hopefully in the future Nintendo Directs, maybe next month or 2 months, we get to see more of these games and maybe I can get a little more excited for them. But for now, I'm just a little bit like, you know, you haven't sold me yet, you know. Okay, before we get to the big one that I haven't talked about yet, let me talk about a game that wasn't specifically announced or shown off by Nintendo, but it's coming out on Nintendo platforms, which is Sonic Boom for the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. First, I'm going to go over the Wii U version. When I first saw the reveal trailer in February for Sonic Boom Wii U, I was really excited. Like, it looked like a good game. Like, it looked like, finally, an adventure-based Sonic game that isn't like Sonic Colors or Sonic Unleashed Day or Sonic Generations Modern. That looks good. Like, the trailers made it look good. But then once I saw actual gameplay, I'm like, this looks like Meet the Robinsons, the movie, the video game. Like, oh, the gameplay just looks like it's a cash-in TV show game that nobody cares about, with like these generic menus like, you hit an enemy, and it's all like, I don't know. The game just looks so generic. It looks like button mashing, like this was meant for 5-year-olds who don't know what they're doing and just like the Sonic the Hedgehog character. This looks like a movie video game, is basically what I'm saying. With obviously a bit more polish because it's not a movie video game. And, yeah, but technically this game is attached to a TV show, but I mean, Sonic's been in video games, so it's not like, oh, Meet the Robinsons, the video game, the movie, the video game sequel rip-off. But I don't know, it just, okay, I was really excited for it when it was announced, but the more gameplay I see, the more I'm not liking the game. Like, it just doesn't look fun. It looks like it's easy for little kids, on rails, BS, generic button mashing, low frame rate, frickin' GameCube graphics game. I don't know, it just doesn't look good. And I know all the people in the comments are gonna be like, oh my god, give it a chance, this is a Sega team that has ignored the people. And I know, that's why I was excited for it in the first place. But, come on. Aren't you just a little less excited for this game from this gameplay? Like, how can you be excited by this gameplay? Like, they had an awesome announcement for Sonic Boom in February, but they just show it on E3 and it's just like, oh my god, we're gonna go through this again. Like, this game looks, by the gameplay, it doesn't look as glitchy, but it looks less fun than Sonic 06. Like, at least Sonic 06 kind of, like, kind of has, like, a fun premise and everything. Like, in theory, Sonic 06 would be fun, but it just is blocked by all, the fun is blocked out by all the horrendous glitches and everything else, involved. And theoretically, it isn't the best Sonic game, Sonic 06, but it's pretty decently fun. Not like a top 10 AAA, but it's decently fun. This game, it just doesn't look like it's meant to be fun. It looks like it's meant to get your money because you like the Sonic Boom TV show. It looks like a money grabber game. I don't know. I'm just not impressed with the Wii U version. 3DS version, however, looks actually really, really promising, especially compared to the Wii U version, which is weird because previously, like with Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations and stuff, and Sonic Lost World, the handheld versions always looked worse. But in this case, it's the opposite, because this kind of looks like Sonic Rush or Sonic Rush Adventure or whatever, but with actual like exploration factor. So it's kind of like a 2D exploration game. It's not like in the original classics where you just have multiple paths. It's like you actually go backwards and explore, and it's like a cool 2D exploration game. It's like Sonic Adventure in 2D with Sonic Rush elements, and it just looks good. It looks fun. Unlike the Wii U version, it actually looks like the people who are developing this are trying. Like, wow, with a big red button, it looks like they're just grabbing your money. So, I don't know. I'm probably going to buy both games on launch just because I like having all the Sonic games. Like, I own Sonic 06. So, you know, and I own Sonic Unleashed for the Wii and all that, but, so I'm just gonna get it just because it's Sonic, and I like the character, and I like seeing his history and what he's been through, bad and good, but, I'm more looking forward to the 3DS version than the Wii U version, to be honest. 3DS version actually looks good, or at least decent. I'm still kind of skeptical about it, but the Wii U version just, oh, like the more 3DS gameplay I see, the more excited I get. The more Wii U gameplay I see, I'm like, oh my god, just turn it off, just turn it off. So yeah, that's my opinion on Sonic Boom. Just to summarize, I was excited when it was first announced, kind of skeptical about 3DS version, excited for the Wii U one. Now it flipped, excited about the 3DS one, skeptical about the Wii U. But of course, I can't have my solid opinions and make sure that Sonic Boom will use the Sonic 06.2 until the game actually comes out. So maybe my opinions are changed, and maybe they'll fix all the stuff I'm talking about, not specifically from me, but I mean from other people who maybe have similar opinions. But yeah. Anyway, the game is coming out in November, so I was just assuming that this is kind of a finished state for the Wii U, besides maybe frame rate issues and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. They need to make the graphics a little better on the Wii U, and they need to make the gameplay not button mashing. It looks like a bad version of Sonic the Werehog. And then the speed sections is like a bad version of Sonic Dash, and Sonic Dash is a mobile game. Anyways, enough about Sonic Boom. Now, the big thing that's probably going to take the most amount of time talking about, and probably going to talk about in different sections. That's why I'm talking about it last. Oh, wait. Before I talk about Smash Bros, which is what I was going to talk about, I also forgot that Miyamoto showed off 3 games he's working on. 2 of them are just like projects, kind of like how the demos in E3 2011 for Wii U. And one of them is an actual game. We didn't see any gameplay footage, but we know it's confirmed. Star Fox for Wii U. I'm excited. Haven't seen any gameplay. Kind of in the same boat as Zelda, except even more so because we haven't seen any gameplay at all. I'm excited for it. We need to see more about it. That's it for Star Fox. The next thing he announced is Project Giant Robot and Project Guard. The Project Guard looks really fun in concept. Like, really fun. Of course, they'll have to make... I think they should, expand upon it. Again, this is kind of like a demo, like, with E3 2011, like, where there was a bunch of, demos for Wii U capabilities with the gamepad, and they turned, like, some of those mini-games into Nintendo Land games with different themes, and some of them into, Game & Wario games, and some of them into, and then one of them into New Super Mario Bros. U. But, with this... I'm really excited. I really like the concept of Project Guard. I could see myself playing that for like a long time. Of course, once it's more fleshed out and stuff into an actual game rather than a little project. But Project Robot also seems pretty cool. I don't think it'll be as fun as Project Guard, because Project Guard actually has like strategic stuff to it, but then Project Robot is just like moving your body. It still has kind of some strategy to it, but I mean, it's just like more action, you know. But I kind of like just the subtle strategy and fast-paced gameplay of the Project Guard. They both look pretty interesting, and I'm excited to see what Miyamoto will actually do with it. But yeah, that is pretty much it for that. Now, let's really talk about Smash Bros. So the first thing they announced for Smash Bros was that the Mii fighters are going to be playable in Super Smash Bros. And I was like, really? Really? Mii's? You know, those are just so generic or whatever. But then they actually showed that there are 3 different types of Mii's you get to play as. There's the gunner, there's the swordsman, and there's the fighter. And they all have completely separate movesenses of their own characters. So technically we got 3 character announcements that we can just customize their face and stuff. Personally, I'm going to be playing as the gunner, because the gunner looks really cool. But, yeah. But then on top of that, on top of 3 options for the Mii's, we also get to pick between, for our 4 special moves, we get to pick between 3 more special moves. So it's like, I think there's like 3 different types of up specials you can have for each one, and then 3 types of down specials, standard specials, side specials. So in total, that's 12 for each class of moves you can choose from, with only 4 active at a time, of course, because, yeah. And then, in total, that's 32 different options, of just moves, and then in combination we could have hundreds of different unique Mii fighters, not just in appearance with the face, but in actual gameplay. I'm like, yes, this is so customizable, so cool. Definitely gonna make a really cool moveset with the Mii Gunner personally, and I just can't wait to play it. And maybe I can have my fantasy of Honey Queen and Lemon and Reggie and Brown Pikmin in the game finally in the form of Mii's. And yeah, get to customize them in terms of gameplay, which I really like. Really nice idea. So that's personally what I'm most excited for to play as the Mii now. And originally, if you told me like a couple weeks ago, like, oh, there's gonna be a Mii, I'd be like, Mii's whatever, you know. But now that there's actually customizability, it's really cool, and I'm really excited for the Mii's. Now, the next thing they announced for Smash Bros. Beyond that, the next character they announced was Palutena, which was leaked a couple months ago, and I don't know if it was true. There's been a lot of Smash Bros. Leaks like, oh, Mewtwo's gonna be in the game and stuff like that, but yeah, it actually became true, and Palutena's gonna be in the game. I think it's a really nice addition, and yeah, I like the character Palutena. I played Kid Icarus Uprising. Her dialogue's awesome, and I'm glad that she's a playable character. Although in the trailer they did show off a lot of her moves, and there was more than 4 moves, so I'm kind of speculating that there may be, just like with the Mii's, there may be 4 different customizable moves, for 3 different customizable moves for each thing, like 3 up specials, 3 down specials and stuff for Palutena, because she named a lot of moves, like, unless her like down smash and side smashes actually have names or something. But it looks like she used a lot of like unique moves that have to be a special. So I don't know about that, but can't wait to see more about her gameplay, and I'm really excited to play as her in the new Smash Brothers game. Now the last announcement that they did, which I'm super excited about, is Pac-Man is going to be in Smash. Like, I knew this was probably going to happen because, you know, Namco's developing it, and later on in, like, the Smash Bros. Direct, they showed off assist trophies and items that are based off Namco franchises, but, and of course, the main Namco mascot that had probably ever announced in Smash Bros. Would probably be Pac-Man, but, oh my god, he just looks so cool, like, all his moves, and, oh, I just love Pac-Man so much. Pac-Man is, like, all of the Maze Pac-Man games and some of the 3D ones are really good, and yeah, I just love Pac-Man, and I love that they went with the Pac-Man world design because I used to play that game as a kid, and also I don't like the Ghostly Adventures design with his freaking squeaky voice and sneakers and stuff. Like, I want the Pac-Man where he's a husband to, has a wife, is a husband, is a dad, you know, that Pac-Man. So yeah, I'm really excited for Pac-Man, and he's probably going to be my main, unless I don't like his moveset, but, you know, that still remains to be seen, because I didn't think I'd like Toon Link in Brawl, but Toon Link's one of my mains, and I don't actually like the gameplay of Olimar, although I love Olimar's character in Brawl, so, I don't know. But as a character, definitely my main, except for maybe Olimar. And at the end of it, they also showed Game & Watch. It hasn't been confirmed on the website that he's probably returning, but he's probably returning. You know, Game & Watch was in Melees and Brawl. Makes sense if he's in the new Smash Bros. Now, before we close out, I want to just say a few predictions I have for Smash characters that could be announced in the future. Like, brand new ones, not returning ones. Actually, let's talk about returning ones, too. Returning, I think, definitely is Game & Watch, Captain Falcon, Jigglypuff, Ness, maybe Lucas, maybe Rob. I hope Rob. I love Rob, but in Brawl, but, yeah, that's for returning, just general ones. I hope get announced. I can't really think of all the ones I have. Oh yeah, and Meta Knight, definitely Meta Knight. But he's probably gonna be nerfed. Anyways, new characters that they could announce. Still, there's a lot. They can announce the main character in Xenoblade Chronicles. I don't know what his name is. They could have Chrom from Fire Emblem Awakening. I heard people want him. I don't think it's that necessary. I think he's kind of lower on the list because we already have Marth and Ike, and you know, I don't know if they add a third, but if there was a third, I think it'd be Chrom. I don't think Roy is returning. I don't think anyone who was in Melee and wasn't in Brawl is returning. So that means I don't think Pichu's returning. I don't think Roy's returning. I don't think Dr. Mario's returning. I don't think Young Link is returning. And I do not think Mewtwo is returning. I know all of you are going to cry in your beds and go like, but Mewtwo! No, Mewtwo is not returning. I do not think Mewtwo's returning. And if he does, you can come back to this video in the comments and say, haha, I told you so, Mewtwo's solid gonna be in the game. But I mean, think about it. They have Charizard, we have Pikachu, we have Greninja, we have Lucario. That's a lot of Pokemon, and there's probably some other ones I wasn't thinking of. And we have the Pokeballs, and we're probably gonna have Jigglypuff back. So that's like 5 Pokemon fighters. Do you really think there's gonna be a 6th? Like seriously? Like, okay, I think Mewtwo might have came back if Lucario didn't come back, but Lucario already came back, so I'm like, do you really think Mewtwo's coming back? Like, I know they can make their moveset from Lucario and Mewtwo pretty different, but I just don't think anyone that wasn't in Brawl is coming back from Melee, because it probably wasn't in Brawl for a reason. Why would they come back? Skip a game and come back. Makes no sense. I don't know. It's not like, if there's a character that's announced, like Roy or something, that wasn't Melee, wasn't in Brawl, and is in the new game, maybe then I think it's a possibility that Mewtwo could come in. But right now, since that didn't happen, I don't think it's a possibility that it can. I don't know. Brand new characters, though, I think, besides Chrom and the main character of Xenoblade Chronicles, which I don't know its name. As a Shulk, I think it is. We could have Wonder Red from the Wonderful 101. We could have Bayonetta as that, kind of to, I don't think Snake's coming back, so kind of to replace that weird realistic character in Smash that was in Brawl, which was Snake. I think a Bayonetta would be pretty cool, like, just Bayonetta out of the blue, like, hey all you cartoon bitches, I'm here to kick your ass with my gun shoes. Suck a dick, Mr. Zeosuit Samus, I'm way better than you, ha ha ha. I don't know. So yeah, I think Bayonetta would be pretty cool, and someone who I'm hoping would come in is Captain Rainbow. Captain Rainbow is an exclusive game, a Japanese exclusive game that was for the Wii. And I think he could be in the next Smash Bros. Because Lucas came into Brawl, and Lucas was in a Japanese exclusive game, Mother 3. And back in Melee, Fire Emblem wasn't out at all in America, but Fire Emblem characters were in Melee. So I think it's a possibility that Captain Rainbow could be coming to Smash Bros. Wii U. I don't know how popular Captain Rainbow was in Japan. I don't think he was too popular, but I really want his character to come into Smash because he's just awesome. He's like Captain Falcon, but like with more flair. I don't know. Anyways, let's see how long I've been talking. I haven't been looking at the timer. I've been talking for almost an hour. I thought it'd be like 20 minutes, but I've been talking for almost an hour. So I really should shut up so this video can be under an hour. But anyways, thank you guys for watching my ramblings. And yeah, post your opinions on all the Nintendo news in the comment section below. I'd like to make a little discussion. And yeah, that's all my opinions on all the stuff that was shown off by Nintendo. So yeah, and this E3 I kind of thought there wasn't a lot announced by Nintendo, but now that I actually talk about it, it's been quite a bit. Not a lot that I'm excited for, but there's still a lot. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Real excited for Yoshi's Woolly World, Splatoon, Smash Bros, Pac-Man, awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Comment section, use it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.